Good afternoon. Hello, hello. Okay, so we've got a couple of hours. We left yesterday. What did we do? What were we doing yesterday? Halfway through the second day of investigation, I believe. So we're going to hop back into the investigation and hopefully have a nice chill afternoon. Get Maya off this murder charge, and then maybe move on to the next chapter. So let's pop over, shall we? Let's go just make sure that this is picking up the game. There we go. Okay, let's load it. Okay, yeah, so I think we needed to talk to her, didn't we? Okay, let's ask her what happened. Okay, have you remembered anything about the murder? No, I told you everything I know already. I don't trust this woman. This woman's suspicious to me. Were you in this room the whole time Lotta and I went to call the police? Yes, of course. I was by Mystic Maya's side the entire time. I performed the spirit severing technique and held her in my arms afterward. You said that yesterday as well. Did anything else happen? I would like to say more did. However, that is all that occurred. I was really hoping for some new info. Me too, Phoenix, me too. I suppose nothing happened in the end, good sir. Sorry to have played on your hopes. Okay. Could you possibly be more patronising? I mean, she could, but... Do the students train every day? Yes, absolutely. They were given a day off the day after the murder, of course. However... And I assume both Maya and Pearls went through this training? Mr. Wright. Is this... Well, shit, real scary, real fast. How many times must I tell you before you understand, good sir? They are to be addressed as Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Sorry, I meant Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Wait, I'm sorry, but Mystic Pearl? Isn't that going a bit too far? Next question, please. Oh, man. She's really being a pain in the butt about this. Please remember to watch not only what you say, but how you say it, good sir. Okay. So the master is, Maya's mother, right? Mystic Misty. She is a brilliant medium. And where is she now? We are not sure. Not sure. About 16 or 17 years ago, Mystic Misty failed at channeling a certain spirit. And after that, she simply disappeared. I don't believe she will return to this village. In any case, did you murder her? And in 4 years' time, her name will be forever erased from this village. Erase? A person who has been away from the village for over 20 years is considered dead. Oh, I see. And that is 4 years from now for her. When that happens, a new master will be appointed to Kirain village. And Mystic Maya was supposed to become the next master. However, with this murder, I'm afraid I must be imagining things. I thought she was laughing to herself for a second there. Yeah, we do not trust Morgan. Okay. So... let me catch up with what I did yesterday. So we've got some bits of Pearls. Some locks that Pearl's not telling us. I remember that much. We found Mia in Maya's body. Pearl's body? Whose body? Someone's body. She also had some locks. So we're now thinking that we've got to... Well, we've got to find some information to take to the second day of court, I'm sure. So we've got that. So we need to find something to present to Pearl. We need to find something to present to Mia. So... And we also found that piece of evidence in the... Right, okay, so we've got the Amy Faye. And we've got this burnt, which I'm assuming is... It's the same colour as those bits. And we've spoken to Morgan. So... Okay. Let's go and see if Mia's still there and if she knows anything about these extra bits that we've picked up. Let's move to the village and move to the detention centre. Okay. So we're here now. Visitor's room. Okay. Hey Nick, I've been waiting. Oh, she looks so helpless. So how was it? What did you find out? Well, I found a few things. Is it so bad that you can't even look me in the eye? I just need a little more time. It'll all come together by tomorrow, I promise. I'm sorry, Nick. Every time I see you, all I do is cause trouble. Okay, let's see if we can talk to her, because Mia's gone now. So, how was it? Today's trial, I mean. You were fantastic, Nick. Every time I thought our goose was cooked, you managed to turn it all around. I bet it would make a great Hollywood movie. Or a game. Don't be silly. We have to concentrate on this trial. We're going to win this, Maya. Thanks a lot. Really. Hey, Nick. The person who shot Dr. Gray wasn't me, was it? Of course not. You're completely innocent. If that were true, then I'd be really happy, but there wasn't anyone else in that room with the two of us, right? Well, did you check behind the folding screen? I took a quick glance, but there wasn't anyone there. That's exactly what Lotta said too. Okay. Nick? Yeah? Why do you believe in me? Why do you think I didn't kill Dr. Gray? Every time I say Dr. Gray, I keep thinking of that, what's that Stephen King film? In the snow with the Dr. Gray. What's it called? Oh. That's going to stick in my head. That'll come to me later. But the one with the Mind Palace. The Mind... And he's an alien. It's Dr. Gray. Oh, that's going to bug me. That is going to bug me. Okay, back to the game. Never mind that. Because of something Mia told me. My sis. Oh, what did she tell you? She said that spirit mediums can't have dreams. When you're channeling, it's impossible for you to dream because your soul leaves you. Now if you mention it... Wait, then I really am. You are not the real murderer. I think that maybe before you even called the spirit, you were drugged. Drugged? I think this was planned from the very beginning. And you were set up to take the blame for killing Dr. Gray. That's... Okay, so let's go for Pearl's alibi. I want to ask you something about Pearls. Pearly, what about her? No matter what I try, she won't answer me. I want to know what she was doing at the time of the murder. Huh? Wait, Nick, you don't think she did it, do you? No, nothing like that. She'd never do anything like that, you hear me? Never. She's a great kid, and really cute, and really great, and cute. I didn't really think she was the murderer, but she's definitely hiding something. You were with her on that day, right? Yeah, the two of us. We were playing with her ball. A ball, huh? Sounds like a dead end to me. Okay, so we asked about the ball then, I guess. So, about this ball. It's nothing really. Oh, it's nothing really special. It's just a plain old ball. I think she was still playing with it when I started the channeling job that day. Pearly really loves to play with that ball. She loves to play with that ball, huh? When she wants to get it, she always climbs right into the clothing box. The clothing box? Yeah. Pearly's always hiding in there. You know the side room? Oh, the big box. There wasn't there. There's a clothing box in there. It's really big. So when you see it, I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. The clothing box in the side room, huh? Okay, so let's go and have a look at that box properly then. Oh. Go away, Xbox. Ah, okay, so... Hello, Lotta. Ah. Hey, wait, please. Lotta, where the hell has she gone now? She ran off into the manor. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so let's carry on to the side room then. We go through the we go through the meditation room. Oh, Lotta. Hey, I'm telling you, quit following me, you hear? I'm a worthless piece of trash. You lay eyes on me and they'll turn you to dust. Okay. Uh-huh. We don't want to... There's nothing more to say to her right now, is there? Okay. So let's go and have a look in this side room. I'm pretty sure I saw Lotta run in this direction. But it doesn't look like she's here. Okay. Ooh, is this the bowl? Is this the bowl? Okay. It's Pearl's ball. The steel samurai. Of course it is. Maya said that it's always kept in the clothing box. So then, what is it doing on the floor? Who's in the clothing box? Is Lotta in the clothing box? It's the clothing box where Pearl's ball is usually kept. I wonder what's inside. Ah. What were you doing in there? What were you thinking? I'm a bad person. Just another piece of human trash. I needed a hole to crawl into. Okay. So you crawled into this clothing box because there wasn't a hole to crawl into. Seems legit. Fine. Oh man, huh? There's a small hole in this clothing box. And it's about 8 inches off the ground. Ah. That's the same height as the hole in the folding screen. Then could this... Somebody was in this box. It was not in the side room when she was doing the channeling, because we only saw it the day after. Oh, we know how somebody got in. And back out, apparently. Okay. So, Let's then go. What am I doing? Let's then go back. Oh, Mr. Nick, that person ran by here just now. What person? You know, that person with the fluffy cotton candy hair. Ah, she means Lotta. Okay. She said, don't look at me with them eyes, but I'm not that scary, am I? I don't think that's quite what she meant. Oh, that's right. She also wanted me to tell you, going on a trip to find myself, so don't you bother finding me. Oh, well, thanks. You're welcome. Okay, so, should we present the ball for the lock then? Take that! Let's see what we've got. We've got two locks for little Pearly right now. Pearl, you have to tell me what you were doing when the murder happened, okay? What if I can't just tell you what happened? Then I'll guess what happened. How does that sound? What? You can do that? You'll tell me if I guess something right, won't you? Yes. Now, when the murder was taking place, you were... What did we already say? The channeling chamber, the side room. So let's try this one. I've got to stop getting things wrong. You were here, weren't you, Pearls? In the winding way. Wow, you got it. So, do you think you could tell me now? I'm sorry. Not yet. Man, oh man. Okay, what's next? Okay, I think I know what you were doing there. You were playing ball. Do you really know that much? Well, I am a lawyer, you know. Now, what was it Pearls was doing in the winding way? She was playing with the ball. Take that! You were playing with this ball, right? Ah, that's right. How did you know? Maya told me that you love to play with your ball. Yeah, I was playing with my ball. And then? Something happened. Something really bad? Uh-oh. What do you mean? Nothing happened. This is it. While you were playing with your ball, this happened. Did you break the urn, Pearly? Did you break the urn? This urn, it's a village treasure, right? And the spirit of the founder of the Karain technique is sealed in here, isn't it? Yes. What's this? It's cracked all over, isn't it? There's even a few gaps here and there. Please don't tease me. Pearl, you broke the sacred urn, didn't you? Ball smacked into it and knocked it over, right? And if Morgan found out, she'd get really mad, huh? She doesn't seem to be fighting back. I think I hit the bullseye this time. But it's strange that the lock hasn't broken yet. It's a really odd urn, isn't it? I guess. It's so old, so it's not that weird to have a few cracks. Her voice is shaking. How can you tell the urn has been broken? Well, it says I am instead of Amy for a start. So, do I have anything with... Ooh, Amy Faye looks terrifying. Okay, so let's look at that. Who started the Karain channeling technique? Huh? Oh, it was Mystic Amy. That's right. And how do you spell her name? Do you know? How do I spell her name? I don't know. It's spelled A-M-I. I thought it was a little odd when I saw I am written on this urn. And that's how I knew that someone must have broken this urn and made a mistake in spelling when they put it back together again. Oh dear, little Pearly. Oh, that's given me some more juice. Okay, that's good. Whew. Okay, so let's ask Pearl's alibi then. Around when Mystic Maya started the channeling on that day, I was playing in the winding way with my ball. And that's when you broke the urn? Yes, I broke it. I accidentally let Mystic Amy's spirit fly away. Don't worry, Morgan will never know, okay? I'm a bad child. Breaking a village treasure is unforgivable. I thought that maybe they would make me leave the village. But the broken pieces were pretty big, so you thought you could put them back together and no one would notice? Yes. Okay, so let's ask about the sacred urn then. I found some glue and brought it to the hallway and fixed the urn there. The hallway? You mean winding way? Yes. Oh, poor Pearly. The channeling had already started, so I didn't think anyone would walk by. I see. So about how long did it take you? It must have been a nasty repair job. Yes, I might be strong at spiritual things, but when it comes to arts and crafts, I'm not nearly as skilled. When I had finished fixing the urn and looked up, I saw you coming into the manor. Okay, so that's around, and Lotta and I were coming back inside after reporting the murder. When I saw that, I packed everything up in a hurry. Mr. Nick? What is it, Pearls? I'm going to get banished, aren't I? I really don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I bet Mystic Amy's happy to be free from that cramped urn. Yeah, I hope so. No harm done and a happy resolution. Phew! Okay. So that's everything that she knows then. So let's move. Okay. Phew. I think I found everything. Okay, I think I found out everything I can. But I can't see how it all adds up. Hey. And is eeny meeny being here just a coincidence? Hey, mister. How is it that the spirit Dr. Gray wanted to call just happened to be that nurse? And that nurse turns out to be in his sister. It's too convenient. Hey, Phoenix, I'm talking to you. I wish I knew a little bit more about Innie. Where am I going to find info like that? Oh, I get it. You can't be bothered to look over at trash like me. Is that it, Mr. High and Mighty? Okay, sorry, Lotta. Oh, so you finally noticed. I thought I heard a mosquito buzzing in my ear, although I couldn't understand a word. Well, I gotta hand it to you. You sure know how to chase down garbage. I mean, I'm grateful to you for chasing this large lump of one around like this. Thanks. But you know, you're just wasting your time. I'll be fine on my own. What are you going on about? And as for following or chasing or whatever it is, isn't that what you're doing? Well, you see. Well, you're not exactly a real gentleman with a lady's heart, are you? You're not exactly the world's #1 charmer either, sister. Okay, let's do this. Look, I'm really dang sorry about today. When I get all fired up about something, it's impossible to stop me. You hurt Maya really bad, Lotta. I don't suppose you could forgive a gal like me. I mean, we'll forgive her. Well, I guess I can. You did help Maya out too, after all. For real? Yeah, for real. Thank goodness. I'm still or what? No, nothing at all. Just talking to myself, gibberish. Hello, Archie. The dog has woken up from his slumber. Okay. Right. I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. Well, I say 2 minutes. I'll be back in a bit. I'm just going to deal with the dog. He's gotten up. So you know what that means. It means we've got to go and do all the things. I'll be back super, super quick. Hey, I'm back. Hi. So, dog's been out, he's had a drink, he's got something to eat, he's had a treat. We should be good for a little bit. He's very old and he likes, when he gets up, he wants everything all at once kind of thing. He's that dog. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so, yeah, let's crack on. I also got myself a cup of coffee while we were there. So that's a nice little treat for me too. Okay, so she was talking gibberish. That's what we were doing. Let's get everything back where it was meant to be. Oh, do you ever... I really need to... We're in the process, just on a side tangent before I carry on, we're in the process of turning our sort of spare bedroom into a office, gaming room type thing. But in the meantime, I'm kind of just sort of like holed up with the laptop on an old hospital kind of desk thing that we had for my dad when he was really sick before he died. And it's not very big. It's big enough. But I'm kind of holed up in the living room on this little desk. And whilst it's not uncomfortable, it's also not like the dream. The dream is a proper desk, a proper gaming chair, and eventually a PC so that we can stream, we can have a camera on, and we can do all of that stuff. I mean, that's the dream, but let's be honest, we are where we are, and that is good enough for now. So whilst we manifest the rest of the stuff, let's crack on with Phoenix Wright. Okay, so she's talking gibberish. Now then, Lotta Hart at your service. What? I'll share with you all the dirt I've dug up. Thanks. Hey, don't be all surprised. I'll tell you what, I'll even give you all this info for free. Lotta not taking money. Now I know this one's an alien clone. Okay, so what... What do you know, Miss Lotta? If Maya is not the real murderer, then who do you think it is, Lotta? Well, ain't it obvious? It's that occult freak. You mean Eeny Meeny? Well, there ain't anyone else it could be, right? I don't know. I still like Morgan for it. I'm not convinced it's not Morgan. That granny, you and me, mind you, we were all together that whole time. So Lotta suspects Innie, which means she might have already found out some info about our mysterious Innie. Okay. So, can I get her to talk about Innie? Where is she? This woman? Huh. That's Eeny Meeny, right? Yeah. I was wondering if you know anything about this girl. You know, actually, I did a little checking up on her the other day. Oh, did you really, Lotta? Why do you always come in at the last minute with the help? Why not all the while? Okay. Her sister. She's the one that Dr. Gray wanted to call back from the spirit world. Yeah, I'd heard as much. I'd also heard that Innie was the one who introduced Dr. Gray to Kirain Village. You don't say. That's one sneaky girl, if you ask me. Hey, you want me to tell you more about her? Yes, please. Speaking of Innie, do you have any other information about her? Sure. Well, what is it? Huh. It'll cost you, and it'll cost a lot. Oh, silly me. And here I thought free meant no money necessary. That girl was hospitalised about half a year ago. Hospitalised? But why? Well, heck. You can go find out on your own. Huh? Here, I'll give you the clinic's address. Maybe you can find out something. Maybe. What's that supposed to mean? Well, see, actually, it was going to be annoying, so I reckon, so I didn't actually go there. Well, that's the way the gumbo spoils, right? Spoiled gumbo sounds. Yeah. I mean, look, don't blame this on... Never mind. Looks like I don't have much of a choice. Better go check out this hottie clinic. Okay, so we're going to hottie clinic then, I guess. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Hottie clinic it is. How funny. The names in this game. So, this is where Eni was hospitalized. Yes. Are you here to visit a patient? Yes. Are you doctor here? Yes. I'm Director Hottie. I didn't think I'd be speaking with the director himself. I mean... We're going to roll with it. Yes. So what can I help you with? I'd like to ask you a few questions about Miss Eeny Meeny. Miss Meeny. Miss Eeny Meeny. Yes. Oh, her. It's too bad. I'll tell you something. That girl left here a long time ago. Here you are, sir. You know you shouldn't be up and about. Come on, it's back to your room with you. Sweetums. Calm down, calm down. Don't be so harsh on an old man like me. Don't you dare start that Sweetums thing with me. So this, I didn't think he was going to be the director. If you don't behave, you'll get yourself tossed out of this hospital. Wow. I didn't think, Phoenix, sometimes you're so dumb. I didn't think nurses could be this direct or forceful towards their boss. Come now, be a good boy and give me the director's white lab coat. Okay, I got it. I got it. Yes. Yes? Don't, yes, me. Who in the world are you? I'm Director Hottie. The nurse went off somewhere. Oh, the inhumanity. Only person I can talk to is this guy. Ugh. Okay. So, what exactly do you treat at this clinic? Yes, we treat all sorts of doctory clinical stuff. Yes. Doctory clinical stuff. Well, I don't actually know or particularly care about the details. Yes. What does that look for? Yes. There's a really big general hospital around the corner. When they can't accommodate everyone, they move some of their patients here. You do surgeries here, right? Yes, we do some plastic surgery here, it seems. It seems. Yes, It seems that way. Okay, let's up it. What do you know about Miss Eeny Meeny? Now you're talking. Yes, that girl, she was transferred from the general hospital. From the general hospital to here. What kind of surgery did she need? Yes, well, she needed surgery. It was really bad. Really bad. So what kind was it? Yes, well, no. You see, that is something... No, I can't tell you. So you say with a happy smile on your face, Mr. Director. See, there's this thing about how doctors aren't allowed to talk about patient stuff. It's all in those TV shows too, right? You've seen them, I'm never going to get him to unzip those broken zipper teeth of his at this rate. There's got to be something I can show this old coot. Okay, so if we present the lawyer's badge, maybe, so that he can talk to us, it's a legal thing. What's this? I'm a lawyer. Right now, I'm investigating a murder. Yes. What is with your angry face? Violence isn't the answer. Yes. The trial is tomorrow, and I would really like some information from you. Is that right? Well, you know, I think I can let you in on a little secret. What's that? Yes, actually, I'm not the real director. Are you kidding? Anyone with half a fly's brain knew that. What do you mean? Do I have to explain this to him? Well, hold on. I'll give you something. Real information, okay? Sure. I'm actually this clinic's. See, I'm like this place. Place is walking dictionpedia? You mean walking encyclopedia? Yeah, that. And my speciality is in young, silky smooth, hottie patients. Gross. There's nothing I don't know about them, but I get embarrassed talking about it. Yeah. How about you keep that kind of information to yourself? Oh, anyway, you wanted to know about Little Miss Eeny Meeny, right? Little Miss Eeny Meeny. That girl. I remember her especially well. Really, especially. Very well. Okay. Do we have... Okay. Please tell me what you know about Eeny Meeny. Yes. I'll get to that. Trust me, I will. That girl. That's right. She was transferred here from the general hospital. This was, yes, a year ago. She was one of those emergency cases. What was she ill with? Ill? No. She was injured, not ill. With my trained eye, I could see. Yep, I could see a huge wound at that. A huge injury. Her whole body was wrapped around and around in bandages and her arm was cast. That sounds pretty severe, all right. Yes, it was an accident. An accident. They're scary, yes. Cars, yes. Car. You mean it was a traffic accident? Yep. That's what gave her the terrible injuries. I swore it was in the papers. Yes, I looked it all up, I did. It was terrible. Yes. Dare I even ask what is wrong with this old guy? Okay, so let's get a little deeper. Just now you mentioned something about a big operation. Are you talking about Miss Eney's operation? Yes, Miss Eney's. That was one heck of an accident. Yes, her whole face was burned like bad toast. It was bad. Very bad. Was it really that bad? It doesn't make any sense. If her face was burned that badly, why does she look fine now? It was a good thing that Miss Eney had a picture of herself. I heard that picture was how they put her face back together. Picture? That girl, see, she'd just gotten her license. So she just happened to have a license photo on her. Yes. Oh. So, see, I got her picture as a way to remember her. Yes. Well, more like swiped. Breach of ethics? Oh, wait. What? A pretty girl like her? I bet she has lots of pictures of herself. Sure. It's a treasure. My treasure. My precious. What happened to the actual license itself? Who knows? I didn't bother to ask. It probably got burned up along with the car. Yes. Okay. Is this really Innie, or is this going to be end up her sister, and it's her coming back to kill Dr. Gray for trying to kill her, but ending up killing her sister? So you looked up information on Innie's accident, yes? Yep, sure did. Yep, I read every paper that covered it at the time. What kind of accident was it? Do you remember? Yes, hold on. I'll go get it for you. The article, I mean. Huh? You have it? Well. Don't get me wrong. I thought something like this might come up, so... Obsessive to the max, but I bet I could learn about how to stay on a lead from this guy. Here we go. Yes. According to this, Miss Innie was in the passenger seat. The passenger seat, huh? And dozing, or so it says. A strong jolt woke her up, and the next minute a sea of fire was all around her. Miss Innie fought with the door, finally got it to open, and somehow managed to get away. Anywho, you can read all the details in the article. Yes. Okay, a new clue. I should probably look this over. It's been half a year since Miss Innie had her surgery and got better. She was discharged sometime in December last year. It's already been half a year, huh? Yes, so how was I? I was a real help, wasn't I? Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. Yes, well then, I'll be getting back to my room then. Tell Miss Innie I said hi, okay? Yes. It's time for me to leave too. Yes. Okay, it's definitely time to leave. Okay then, so actually, before we move anywhere, do I need to examine here? I mean, there's not going to be anything around, but let's... Oh, I didn't get the... Oh. Articles. Okay. Highway of Nightmares, May 24th. Late last night, two women's car... I already don't like this. Late last night, two women's car crashed into a highway centre divide. One of the women was not able to escape the flaming wreckage and died at the site. Ongoing investigation has revealed that the driver had fallen asleep at the wheel. Miss Innie Minnie holds interview about crash. I was like totally tired and I dropped off to sleep. Then there was this crash and like I woke up in a huge sea of flames. I was like still half asleep, but I opened the right door and like got out. I don't like remember anything else. Okay, so question. Which side of the road do these people... Because we get in our cars on the right. It's the right door. But like Americans use the left. So is that... Okay. Doctor lurking in the shadows. If Miss Innie Minnie is to be believed, the one driving the car was her sister Mimi Miney. Mimi Miney was the nurse at Gray's Surgical Clinic where 14 patients were accidentally overdosed to their death. Is this then just a mere coincidence? Okay. Interesting. I wonder what it all means. Okay, let's go back here. Okay. Hey! So how was it? Did you go to the clinic? Yeah. I found out a few things, I guess. What's the matter? You ain't looking so well. Oh yeah. So earlier, that old granny called the cops. Huh? The cops? Why would Morgan call the police? She said she had something to tell him. Things are sure getting interesting. Okay. So we got a couple of more things to talk to her about then. But honestly, I tell you, that granny sure got bloomers in a knot. Well, I guess you could put it that way. It always starts out small, you know? Stealing the master's seat for control and controlling the village folk. And now you see what it turned into? A murder. That's what. Yeah, what a mess. Hey, hold on. What? That's what you were just talking about. That's the first I've heard of it. Really? Well, it's old news to everyone else in the world. Well, excuse me for not keeping up with the gossip while I'm busy saving people. said something about stealing the master's seat. Yep. Right now, the master is this medium named Misty Faye, but the one that was really supposed to be the master was that old granny. Morgan was supposed to become the master. Interesting. Do you know where Innie is, Lotta? Yeah, I saw her not too long ago. She's hanging around that garden in the middle. Okay, thanks. You got something to ask her? Yeah, I've got a whole list of things only she can clear up for me. Okay. So I hear the master has always been the eldest daughter. The eldest daughter. Turns out that old bat is Misty Faye's older sister. Oh. They say the older sister is usually the one with more spiritual power. Come to think of it, Maya said the same thing a long time ago. She warned me not to take Mia's powers lightly. Well, anyway, somehow Granny there lost to her younger sister Misty. I see. This made the townsfolk turn against her, so I hear. Said all sort of things too, like she's the oldest and yet she doesn't have the power to be the next master. Disgraceful. Wow. I had no idea. So what would have happened had Morgan been stronger? Maya's family would have been the Branch family, I reckon. Okay. Well, let's go and find let's not go back to the clinic. Let's go and find Eenie Meenie. Where you at, Eenie Meenie? Hey, like, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah. I think I have enough to finally unlock her secret. Like, what's with that scary look on your face? Okay, so if we present then... We present the Magatama. Okay, traffic accident. Please tell me about the traffic accident. Huh? Like, whose accident? Your sister's accident, naturally. Oh, yeah. So, like, that Dr. Grey guy made my sister fall asleep. And, like, that's all I have to say about that. Interesting. Eenie just asked whose accident, which means she must know something about another person's accident. Alright, let's change the topic then. How about you tell me about a certain other person's accident? Huh? Another person's accident? Like, you got someone in mind? Okay, so let's... Your accident? Take that! I want to ask you about your own car accident. Me? Yes. So wow, like, how strange. I have, like, no idea what you're talking about. Can you, like, prove I was in, like, an accident? Well, I absolutely can. Where's that clipping? Take that! Oh, would you take a look at this? It's a newspaper article from 1 year ago. It says, Miss Eenie Meenie holds interview about crash. Ah. You suffered a very bad injury and had to be admitted to a hospital, correct? Like, wait. What now? That's not me. Huh? I mean, like, this person has, like, the same name, but she's totally not me. My name, Eenie Meenie, is, like, pretty common. What in the world are you babbling about? Your sister's name, Mimi Miney, is in here too. Like, totally, wow, what a scary coincidence. I'm totally getting, like, goosebumps. You think I'm going to let you get away with that? So, like, now what? Like, Do you have something that totally says I was hospitalized? Well, the only thing we've got really is this.
Take that!
This is your proof. Like, what's that picture supposed to mean? I got this from the hospital where you were hospitalized at. Huh? So? There was a certain patient there. He's quite a fan. And as a memento of your stay, he stole this. I have to say, this photo looks like you. That creepy fake director. Now, are you ready to tell me about the accident? Like, wait a sec. Okay, so, like, I was in an accident, sure. But that's, like, totally not related to this murder. Actually, it is. Look at this article. It says that one of the women died, correct? And that woman who died, who do you suppose they mean? Do you suppose the woman who died in that accident could be, well, her sister? So they don't look anything like sisters, but okay. Mimi miny.
Take that!
Mimi miny. I believe it was your sister, Mimi miny. Mimi, you were riding in your sister's car while she drove. The two of you were together when your accident occurred, making it one and the same. Okay. So now we can ask her about the traffic accident, I guess. Yeah, I was riding in that car with my sister. We were, like, on our way home. I was riding in the passenger seat when I fell asleep. And then it happened. At the time, I grabbed for my purse and escaped from the passenger side door. And your sister? I, couldn't do anything. The car was full of smoke and I couldn't see anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so let's ask, did Dr. Gray really cause that accident by drugging your sister with sleeping pills? Like, he was totally out to get my sister. He totally did that to, pay my sister back. I wonder. This does give Annie a good reason to want to murder Dr. Gray. It seems simple, doesn't it? What do you mean? But it would be very hard to catch me. Actually, I'd say impossible. What? I think you get the picture. I'm going to serve you a slice of humble pie. I hope you enjoy it. Huh. What? Okay. So there's nothing left to say to her then, I guess. So let's go back. Looks like something's up. Stop. Leave my mother alone. Ow. Hey, hold on, okay, pal. I'm not gonna hurt Pearl, dear. It is perfectly alright. I will be out for a short while with this young man. Mother, please, let me go too. No, you must stay here and protect the manor. But, don't make that face. Hey, I tell you what, I'll show you something cool. Here, look, it's a real pistol. Detective, do not upset me further. Why is he so obsessed with showing kids his pistol? Saying that out loud somehow sounds worse. Ah, sorry. Poor Gumshoe, being dragged off by the ear like that by Morgan. Ow. Mother. Okay, so let's talk to Pearl. Mother, this has never happened before. Pearl. Mr. Nick, I have a really bad feeling that I can't shake. I think something really bad is going to happen. I'm scared. I'm really scared, Mr. Nick. Say something, Phoenix. Anything. I'm terrible at this. Okay. Mr. Nick, what about Mystic Maya? She'll be alright. I think I've gathered enough info. Oh, if I could just read the words that are in front of me instead of making them up, this would be so much easier. I think I've gathered enough evidence. Mystic Maya, she must feel all alone. Please, Mr. Nick, go visit her. Yeah, but I can't just leave you here all alone either. I'll be fine. Please, Mystic Maya needs you by her side. Her stare is really piercing. Okay, so I take it that we're going to the detention centre then. Uh-huh. You kept me waiting, Phoenix. Mia! So, how are the preparations? I think I have enough evidence and information now. I think. Everything will be on your shoulders tomorrow. Whether Maya is found guilty or innocent, it's a heavy weight to bear. If memory serves, Mia had a few cyclocks of her own. Mia, I'm ready to unlock the last piece of information I need now. Sure. I welcome you to try. Okay. So have we got... Mia. Yes? Mia, you know something, don't you? About the real murderer, I mean. We've got a whole 3-lock situation going on. Why do you think so? It's really trying at times to be able to see other people's secrets. It looks like it's time for you to explain your reasoning. Yeah. A battle of wits against Mia. Okay. There's still a whole slew of questions for you to answer before the trial tomorrow. You mean like how did the real murderer get into the room and kill Dr. Gray? Yes. I mean, we know that. Also, when did the murderer enter the channeling chamber? You guys were all standing around in front of the room after the channeling started. Which means that the murderer must have gone into that room before the channeling. That's what I think, in any case. But Maya's already said there wasn't anyone else in there. That's true. But if we can't figure out who the murderer's movements, we're stuck like a beached whale. I never thought I'd see this day. Are you actually asking me about spirit channeling? This case is all about spirit channeling. And I feel like I don't understand a thing about it. Well, that's only natural. After all, spirit channeling isn't exactly an everyday thing, is it? Yeah, I guess you're right. The power to change your physical appearance into the person you're calling is something our ancestor Mystic Amy Faye acquired. I've heard that name before. The Faye family was originally known for its service to the gods. When Mystic Amy was born, she was given a certain fate through her name. Because, you see, she was named after one of the Buddhas of Buddhism. Is it Amitabha? To this day, her soul is still sealed in the Korean sacred urn. It usually sits in the winding way and has her name written on it. Yeah. Oh, come on, Phoenix. It's just a fairy tale. Are you saying that me being able to see you is just a fairy tale too? Okay, so let's try and break this lock then, maybe. See if we've got everything we need. The murderer. The murderer. Okay. So. Interesting. And then. Okay, so. Phoenix. You think I'm hiding information about someone from you? Isn't that right? Yes. Yes. All right then. Tell me who you think I'm protecting. Who is she protecting? Okay. She is protecting... I don't trust this woman. So let's try her first. Morgan Fay, of course. There is no one else you would protect like this, Mia. Well done. But while the murder was being committed, my aunt was outside with everyone else, which means she already has an alibi. That is interesting. She does have an alibi. But what else? I mean, she could have been in cahoots with Eeny Meeny. That's a possibility, isn't it? I guess. That's true. Show me some evidence that would cast suspicion onto my aunt. What evidence do we have? Maybe this? It's the only thing we haven't really used. Take that! The proof is this piece of cloth. Okay, we've got Mia thinking on the run now. So that's very interesting. Okay. So let's think. Let's think. Ooh. I found it in the incinerator near the Winding Way. It's the same material as Maya's costume, except for the splotch of blood. You mean it's from Maya's costume that she was wearing at the time of the murder? Yes. But when Maya was arrested, she was wearing her costume. That just means someone changed her clothes. Changed her clothes? But why? I don't know why. But there's only one person who could have done that. The one person who was taking care of Maya. My aunt. What's that look mean? Your argument is too flimsy. Huh? You have no proof that this piece of cloth is actually from Maya's costume. But this blood... And do you know whose blood that is at this point in time? You don't, do you? Do you have any proof that the piece of cloth is from Maya's costume? The key would have been with Maya, was found in the incinerator, so it stands to reason if she's burnt Maya's clothes, that's the reason the key's in there. Take that! I think this is the proof you're looking for. The key to the channeling chamber, huh? At the beginning of the channeling, Maya had possession of this key. True, and yet, somehow, it magically ended up in the incinerator in the Center Garden. You're right. And this is what Maya told me. While I was channeling, the key was sitting inside my sleeve. And both this key and the piece of cloth were found inside the incinerator. Which means that this piece of cloth was a part of Maya's costume. It would certainly seem that way. Someone changed her into a different set of clothes and then burned the costume she was wearing in the incinerator. There is only one person who could have done that. The one person who was taking care of Maya. My aunt. Exactly. You did very well, Phoenix. Thank you. As long as you have those two pieces of evidence, you can cast suspicion on my aunt. However, like I said in the beginning, my aunt has an alibi. Yeah, she was with us the whole time. Here's my final question. You don't have to present solid proof of this for me, but I want to know, if my aunt is the culprit, then how did she commit the murder? Oh, how did she commit that murder? How she did it, huh? I want to hear your thoughts. In order for my aunt to murder Dr. Gray, who or what did she need? Who? Eeny meeny? I'm telling you, she did that. They were in it together. Eeny meeny. She's the answer to the final question. Which means that my aunt and Eeny meeny were in cahoots. Ooh, I love that word. Cahoots. Ooh. Okay. Something's been bothering me all this time. This crime is something no normal person could carry out. The person would have to know a lot about Fay Manor and the village itself to do this. But Morgan already has an alibi. Yes, which is why I can't figure out how it was done. We can assume that Eeny Meeny is involved somehow, but we have one big problem on our hands. A problem with what? We don't have a motive. Why would Morgan want to kill Dr. Gray? Why would she have to? To frame Maya so she's out the way? And we don't really know for sure she was cooperating with Eeny. Mia doesn't have a clue either, huh? Then there is only one possibility. Huh? Think about it, Phoenix. Why would my aunt do something like this? And why would she do it in such an underhanded fashion? Because Mother. She's the one who holds the key to this. Mother? Whose? Mine? Don't be silly. Mine, of course. Misty Fay. Oh, Mia and Maya's mother. Why would she bring her up now? Now then. Looks like we've gathered everything we could. All we have to do is win tomorrow. Everything will become apparent then. Right, Chief. We won't lose. Sure we won't lose. Okay. So, we're going to go into the trial. Okay. So we're just going to save this here. Just so that I have the file. And then we're going to go into the trial. Okay, defendant lobby number 3. Oh, Maya. Nick? Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18? Just like me. Wait, you're 18? Yeah. Why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time by herself. She's so grown up. Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Good morning. The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearly. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. Huh? What do you mean? My mother is coming today to show her support. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick. Do you think you could do me a big favour? Could you channel Mia today too? Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. Pearly, not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later then. I'll leave you two alone. I'll leave you two to your alone time. Thank goodness. Nick, this way Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? I'm about to throw a mother under the bus, Maya. That's what I'm about to do. Courtroom number 2. Let's go. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. The defence is ready, Your Honour. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. Glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Miss Fey. It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. So? Now then. A very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session. That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct? Yes, and this key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been. Your Honour, I would like to say one thing before we begin. All right, let's hear it. The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What? But, Ms. Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said that wasn't the defendant. Then what is the meaning of this? All I am saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she dropped this key. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fey, to the stand. Okay. Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She seems really torn by this. You bought your cup of coffee? Well done. Witness. Name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fay, and I am a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking. I'm sorry. What do you mean, in a manner of speaking? I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then. Spirit severing technique? A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world, that is. Yes, that is... You, be quiet. Now, witness. Something happened while you oh, God, I can't speak today. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room. What? And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Did she, though? Order, order, order. Miss Fey, please testify to this court what happened during that time. Your Honour, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. Same. Maya's escape. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted herself away from... No, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Oh, I don't believe that one little iota. I gotta be honest. Why have you hidden this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She's simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. Okay, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Okay, my aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. Okay. So, after we had the gunshots, those two so, if I remember rightly from yesterday, every time I tried to challenge this, it was just thrown in my face that I was there. So let's not bother with that one. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. Okay. Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? If there's a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. That's a very good point. At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another what, madam? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. I want to hear the end of that sentence. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and the camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself. Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Fay. And this is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Fay, please continue. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand. Oh. She was in a daze. Then, okay, so let's question that. During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head and that this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. But why would you lie about something like that? It is very painful for me to say this. However, objection! The witness was lying to cover for the defendant. She was covering for Maya. Why? So you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes. It was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? Pray tell, what did... This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there was always later. Yes, very well. Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Now, witness, continue with what happened. Then, quite suddenly, she thrust me away from herself and escaped from the room. Okay. Hold it! Or was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit such a thing. However, yes. But you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There is no way she could have escaped from you so easily. Objection! Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time, the defendant was not physically Maya Fay. Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand. Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away? Well, yes, I would have. However, with great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. Hold it! You fainted. I became dizzy, and then collapsed onto the floor. How long were you unconscious? I'm not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps? I don't think it took us 10 minutes to call the police. And the defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time. Happy? Witness, elaborate on that point for us. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Hold it! How did you get her back in there? Is that because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Great. Well, now what? So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went. I would think that's obvious, good sir. If that's true, then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? And now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself. It's true that the witness is not able to confirm this, but the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. Looks like Miss Von Karma's ready to move on with her next witness. That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fay did leave the chamber. I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt. Now, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? Yes, yes. He's exactly... be quiet, you. Now then, what the escapee had done when she had gone back. What the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone. Okay. Who was it? The prosecution calls Miss Eeny Meeny, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Eeny Meeny? I think you can see where this is headed. Witness, name and occupation. Okay, so my name is, like, Eeny Meeny. I'm, like, researching, like, parapsychology stuff at the university. What is this parapsychology? Let's see. It's like, I guess, most people call it occult stuff. Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Miss Meany. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fay. Is this correct? Well, like, I guess. If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is all right, isn't it, Your Honour? Yes, sir. For the love of all things good, Your Honour, have some spine, for my sake. Okay, after the murder. Okay, like, when the channeling started, I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. I, like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy in, like, a sad way. My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible. Now, hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fay? Really, no, Your Honour. Maya Fay was still in the middle of channeling at that time. Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister? Yes, Mimi Miney. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Oh, wow, this is... Witness? Like, yeah? In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Like, do I totally, like, really have to? Of course. Miss Miney, please. My sister, like, this is what she said to me. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Eenie? She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said? Yes. There. Are you satisfied, Your Honour? I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge. It's a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. The end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia, what do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We could do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honour, there is room for doubt, so the defence will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish drabble. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last. Okay. So, what have we got? The channeling, she was sleeping. A little later, someone came in. It's my sister. I hadn't seen her. I was so happy. If she was like standing there covered in blood, wouldn't you be a bit terrified? Okay. You were happy in a sad way. Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister. But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved one again? But, like, maybe if I was, like, someone who didn't know about, like, the occult. But I, like, know all about the Kirin channeling technique. The point here is the witness immediately recognised that it was her sister. Yeah, like, what she said. Should I drop this line of questioning? Absolutely not. So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter? No. Like, there wasn't any reason for me to, like, think anything was strange. But... Ow! Don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase, objection? You could try using that once in a while. Mr. Wright, this question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister, is it really that important? It's important. Is it really that important? Let me ask you, is it really that important for you to ask? Of course, it's very important. Well, I don't think that that's important at all. Stop spewing such nonsensical things then. Pay no attention to this twit and continue, witness. Like, okay. Okay, so let's press on a couple of things, see what we get. Are you absolutely sure? I guess. You guess. Was it or was it not your sister who entered? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. Jesus. First off, my name's not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. But more than that, she's managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright, the defence rests. Well, that was a colossal waste of our time. Now then, witness, how did you feel when you saw Miss Mimi Miney? I, like, hadn't seen her in so long. I was so happy in a sad way. We've already pressed this one. Maybe I'm meant to... You were happy in a sad way. Let me just scroll through this. Maybe I picked the wrong option. Because this seems to go on way too long for it to not go anywhere. Let's question further. Ow. It's very important. I think I pressed it's nothing, didn't I, the first time? Because I'm a dumbass. It is very important. Although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. Alright, Mr. Wright. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. Okay. Like, okay, I'm like totally cool with that. I wasn't like scared at all, and like her costume looked like totally normal. Wait a second. How could it look normal? There's something else I want to look at as well. Diagram of the chamber. Where's this? I want to check this. Oh, we can't see that one. Okay, so we can't see in that photo whether there's anything in the back. We also can't see that photo whether there's anything at the back. Okay, so there's no proof that that cabinet was actually in there. Okay, let's put her because she's covered in blood. If she was covered in blood, that was a very well spun lie, Miss Innie. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Miss Miney, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, and? But I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this. The blood spray. Miss Miney, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat. Okay. Order, Miss Miney. What is the meaning of this? Miss Miney, I'm thinking. Don't interrupt me. And what are you stammering about, Your Honour? Well, that witness, her personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. Like, I'm sorry. I, didn't mean to snap. Now hurry up with the testimony. If you please. The judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's going to be. Okay, so we're getting a new testimony. Cool. Like, the side room was, kind of dark, you know? So, the costume is, purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. And I, persuaded my sister it wasn't, right to do something like that. And then, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Interesting. Yes, now I see. And you have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood. You think? Thanks, Gramps. Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Absolutely not. Alright, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness. Okay, after the murder. Side room was kind of dark. So the costume is purple. The blood totally blended in. Of course it did. Of course it did. You didn't see the blood. Yeah. But she must have had the gun with her at that time as well. That's, Are you going to tell me next that you didn't notice the gun either? I, totally didn't. And I was looking... All I was looking at was, her face. Continue. And I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something like that.
Hold it!
And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Miney, like at the time? Well, she was, like, totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think, like, she knew. She, like, said she did something really bad. And, like, she said she wanted to go with me too. Like, apologise to Miss Morgan. Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you? Like, yeah. And then I took my sister to the channeling chamber.
Hold it!
Did you? Was your sister calm by that time? Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking her revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner the better, she says with her whip at the ready. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? May I ask you one more thing, Miss Miney? Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place, huh? Like, when do you mean? When you were going to the crime scene, because they should have come across Pearlie putting that, the urn back together. I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course. Like, no, nothing strange. She's answered rather quickly. Now what? Keep going. Think harder. I know you can remember something. I, like, totally can't. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that important? It is very important I'm going to press the right option this time. I ask because it is very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. I know where you're going with it, Phoenix. Don't worry. Very well. Ms. Miney, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony. I, don't get why, but okay. I, didn't see anyone on the way to, the channeling chamber. Okay. So, let's show her the urn, then.
Objection!
Objection. I finally found the fault, or I guess in your case, the crack in your perfect lie. Take a look at this urn. Urn. There are cracks. Do you see them? So, what does that prove?
Objection!
Who cares about some worn-out old urn? Yeah. I already, said I didn't see, anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. I didn't, totally say anything about, an urn, did I? It looks like you still don't understand. I propose that if you had been walking along the winding way at that time, there was no way you could have not seen this person. Okay. Nope. Little Pearl.
Take that!
I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Yes, and how is this child relevant? It just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the centre garden. Oh. And she just happened to break this urn. Oh. Oh, wait. She broke the urn? Yep, she accidentally knocked it over with her ball. Oh, and Pearl was the one who put it back together, while sitting right in the middle of the winding way. Miss Miney. Pearl was there in the winding way at that time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Miney. You are a masterful liar. That's my favourite shot. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course.
Objection!
The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was, sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? There's no way. Your lies end here. What do you... The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible. Because there is clearly a contradiction here. A contradiction? Where is this contradiction? Well, she couldn't have been in the side room and then walked back to the no, okay. Earlier in your testimony, Miss Miney, you made the following statement. And, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. So, what does that have to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Miney, how did you know that fact? How? I concede that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Miney, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by the way of the winding way. But look at the manor guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way. Yes, that's right, Your Honour. Which is why I ask this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Miney, please answer the question.
Objection!
Don't ask a question off a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you put it out on the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah, the only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eenie Meenie. So now's the time to prove it. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place? The channeling chamber.
Take that!
Miss Miney was here, of course. What? But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene? Exactly, that's right. Miss Miney was at the scene of the crime. Order, order, order. That's why... Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started. Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Eenie Meenie was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Where was I hiding? Okay, so behind the folding door.
Take that!
Here, of course. Behind the folding screen. Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. See, you stupid jerk. Quit being so quick to pin it on me, slimeball. Now, Miss Miney. One so young as you shouldn't be saying, shut it, Gramps. As if you know exactly how old I am. I'm sorry. Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this, the box.
Take that!
Ms. Miney, how you were able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. That tiny little box. No person could fit in that. Not true. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. Lotta disproved you when she was hiding from me in it.
Objection!
But that clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right. I was sleeping there, so I should know. That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time. Mr. Wright, do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime? Yes, I guess so. And now I present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. So I want to present the bullet hole. Take a look at this clothing box. You are so stupid, as if there's any sort of evidence in that old thing. This... What on earth? I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. There's a hole about 8 inches off the ground. A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. It had a hole at the same height. That's right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Miss Miney, you were hiding behind the folding screen waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray. Order, order.
Objection!
Then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eeny Meeny? That is exactly what I'm saying. Miss Eeny Meeny. You were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. To masquerade as Maya Fey. She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No, stop. I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do that by herself. Correct. It really is impossible for one person to do all the preparations, that is. Ow. Need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy. Wait. Ms. Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? What? You can't be serious. Miss Miney, you had an accomplice. I'm throwing you under the bus, Morgan. This person. If it wasn't someone from Karain Village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fey household, you wouldn't have that box to use. Morgan Fey. Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say to this, Miss Miney? Ugh. You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it? I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then she stabbed Dr. Gray with the knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes. Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and killed him dead. After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room. Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear, which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Miney, she immediately covered her own costume with blood. I pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through, which is precisely why Ms. Morgan Fay chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are any more victims here. What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind this murder. Ha. Who is that laughing at a time like this? Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry. Are you still by chance evolving? What is it this time? Ms. Von Karma? Surely. Of course it was me. Do you really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed on one very crucial area. And that is, if this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Well, that's, yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was going to say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Eeny Meeny want to kill Dr. Gray? Where is her motive? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. A motive? That's... I can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of a motive now. What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason you wanted Dr. Gray dead is this.
Take that!
Ha! Just as I thought. You bore me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright. Just great. Now even she's calling me by my full name. You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes. Because through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say that I wanted to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? Senile, stupid Gramps. I'm, going to explain, so, please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I like wanted revenge, then like I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, like the guy that I thought of the spirit thing was like Dr. Gray. It was like a total coincidence. He asked me about it, you know. She's back to her airhead persona. Pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. The end. I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Miss Meany has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated, and she has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point. So many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place. What happened? I thought I had her for sure. See, like, it's just as I, told you. I hope you liked your slice of humble pie. Very well. I now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Eeny Meeny. Your Honour, please allow the defence 1 more minute. All right. You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Mia? Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder. But you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix, everything happens for a reason. There is a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. And it is also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Meany had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason? Can I? Can I really do this? Yes, I can. I bobbed the building. I'm not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Meany had a motive. Huh. Too bad, you're too late. My cross-examination has already ended, after all. Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side. Von Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Okay. And I don't care if you are my witness, so help me, I will throw you out of my way. No way. Very well. Court will take a 5-minute recess. We will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Hey, wait a second. Okay. So, how long do we think this other trial is going to take? I think it's going to take a little while. So, what are we on? What time am I on? Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for today. We're going to finish the trial off tomorrow, hopefully. And yeah, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. We got some stuff done. Okay, let's go and see if there's anybody to raid, and then we will, yeah, hopefully be back tomorrow. That is... Okay, let's go see who's on. Is anybody about? Okay, so we don't have anybody on to raid, so with that, we will call it a day, and I will be back tomorrow to finish this one off. So, thank you for following, thank you for watching, thank you for all the chats and things like that. Yeah, it's hugely appreciated, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.